Hi! Today we're going to be talking about the books that I've read this summer. It's not very much. I wish it was more, honestly, but that's okay. We are being realistic. And so far, according to my Goodreads this year, I've read 14 books. So I'm just going to go through the little books that I read this summer. I read so much last year. I was sitting outside reading every day, all day. This year I was working a lot, so it's a little less, but let's just start. So the first one I read, Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin, which is right here on my bookshelf. Love this cover. I've been wanting to read this book, and then they came out with this new cover and I was like, yep, buying that immediately. Yes. James Baldwin's Giovanni's Room, I believe came out in around like 1949 or something like that, and it's about a black man in Paris and a gay man and kind of figuring out like his sexuality. I liked it. Let me see how many stars I gave it. I gave it 4 stars. Yeah, I'd say the 4 stars is accurate because the writing is just so good. I want to read more James Baldwin things, but I'm glad that I like got this one done. Me and my family went to Yellowstone this year, and while I was there I didn't realize how much driving it was, but I did come prepared because I brought The Lover by Duras. I showed this in my like book haul of all my books and everyone was saying it's so good, and I agree. I actually personally liked it better than Giovanni's Room, not that we need to compare, but like I actually was underlining a bunch in this. It's basically describing just what it sounds like, one of her lovers. Let me know what kinds of book videos you guys want to see, because I'm taking your recommendations from the last video, and yeah, just let me know what you want to see. That one I gave a 5 star, and I would agree with myself. I love how like small it is. Read it super quick and it was just fun, and I love the title. The title just grabs me. The Lover. It's like, ooh, I don't know, something about it. You could tell I'm like an art major because I'm really, I do judge the books by their cover. Okay, it's time that we put it out there, you know? Like, I mean, I'll read a book that has an ugly cover, like if the plot, like if the writing is good and everything, but it just helps if it has a really good cover, because something about, like, I know it's a whole process to like do covers of books and everything, but something about, I'm like, if this author has bad taste in book covers, then their writing's probably not that great of taste, you know? Next, I read Lolita, also on my trip to Yellowstone. The writing was amazing. The thing is, like, I didn't read a ton of books, but the writing is just so crazy. I mean, it's definitely like super uncomfortable. This one is about kind of a pedophile, so not much to say there, but you kind of like see in his brain and see how people with his kind of mindset can like get away in society, and also like how he justifies it to himself. Oh my gosh, there was a lot of good quotes in this one. Yeah, I actually really did like this, and I found myself reading it really quickly. I started reading The Once and Future Sex. I didn't get super far, to be honest. Non-fiction, medieval, oh, it says Going Medieval on Women's Roles in Society. I thought it was really interesting. I was at the part where they were talking about different philosophers in like ancient Greece and how they felt about women and like science and women's bodies, and how that like still affects our perception of women today, especially in like within like our culture, in like art and literature, I find a lot, and like religion. It's really interesting, actually. I'm gonna keep reading it. I I don't really know why I stopped. I think I just picked up other things, but I'll get back to it. Right now I'm reading Ernest Hemingway, The Old Man and the Sea. It's the first Hemingway book I've ever read. I love it. I love these kinds of books where, first of all, my copy is literally falling apart. I wonder how old it is. It definitely was a teacher's because it has her name on it. But I just love this shit. I love the size, and it's just If you can write like a fiction book that's so good and like this much, like that's all you need, I feel like, really. Like there's no need to go above that. But I just love this kind of thing where it's like not a crazy ass plot, but they're just like, it's like reflective writing and metaphors and philosophy. Love that. I love that so much. So I'm enjoying this. Almost done with that. I'm like halfway through, to be honest. Not almost done with it, but. And then I'm also reading right now, I'm more than halfway through Flawless by Elsie Silver. This honestly isn't something I typically pick up, but when I was going to Wyoming, I was like, ooh, I can read like a fun little romance book about like cowboy. I'm enjoying it. It's definitely like a fun read. I don't really read a lot of romances, but I like how this one is like self-aware. Like it's a silly plot. The plot is about this rodeo guy and he gets in a controversy over how he doesn't like milk. And all his fans are like milk dairy farmers, and so they're so annoyed, so they have to send in a PR girl, and then they fall in love at the rodeo. It's cute. It's got a lot of tropes, but you know what, there's a reason we like tropes. Like, I don't know, sometimes they're good. It's just a really fun read, especially now that I'm starting school, just like keeping me reading and everything. Sometimes it does make me cringe, especially the outfits. I'm sorry, Elsie Silver. The outfits are just so, you can tell like it was written a little bit ago, because she's like, my heeled booties tucked into my like plaid ankle length skirt. I'm like, at the rodeo? Like, I don't know, it just, or it's like it gets really preppy and I'm like, girl, that honestly like takes me out of the book so much. I'm like, why'd you have to go and do that? But a lot of moments I find myself like laughing out loud at it. So honestly, if you're new to like kind of romance and you want just like a silly, ironic little romance that like, it's almost like a Hallmark movie, you know, like think of it like that. Love. There's a bunch of other books, but I'm probably just gonna leave it at this one, to be honest. But I'd recommend it. I would say like 3 stars. Once I'm finished with Flawless and Ernest Hemingway, I'm gonna start reading A Little Life. I'm so excited. Oh my god, like the amount of just, you know, like just the craziest stuff on the internet about this book, and I saw it recommended in a Dior book tote video. I think they're making it into a movie. I'm so excited. It's about 4 college friends, which perfect for this time of my life. And then what I've heard, just like it's crazy sad. People are like sobbing and everything, so we'll see. It's so floppy and I haven't even read it. Oh my god, I'm so excited to read it. Let me know what books you're excited to read, or what you did read this summer. I'm having the best time with reading. So bye.